moment. We have been learning a lot about space, and you are going to have an engineering task to help out an astronaut. When they go up into space and they're eating different stuff, you are going to be building a tool to help them eat. So we're really putting on our engineering hats. But before I ask you to make a prototype or a model of it, we're going to be talking about the strategies or different techniques an engineer might use to build a prototype or to build a model of it. Some prototypes work, some don't. Some you just have to have a picture of it or a model of it to see how it would work. So what I would like you to do as engineers is check yourself. Are you in the ABCs of Roosevelt? Are you on your pockets? Put your thumb up if you're on your pockets. Nice job. Your voices are off and you're up here. So when we look at this image, we're going to take a quiet moment and look at this image. And as soon as I put my thumb up, that's when you can tell me what you see. Now, looking at these images though too, you are going to get a chance to actually try some of them out. I have paper, I have tape, I have scissors, and you're going to get to have an opportunity to do that. But first, we're going to just take a quiet moment and look at the image. Hands are down and eyes are up here. So what's going on in this image? Olivia.
I still see a curl and up there the I-O-L-M.
So your eye was drawn right here to the curl, the orange curl, but then your eye went up here to the upper left-hand side to R-O-L-L, the roll. All right, what more can we find? Vinny.
I can find the cones.
Okay. And what do you see that makes you say that they're cones?
The shape and like the pointy thing at the top.
All right, so the shape, there's a circle here, but it's actually 3D and it makes a point, right? What more can we find? Mason.
If you could like get the right size on one of the cones, you could like build a mini space shuttle.
So thinking like an engineer, looking at what he sees here, he's going to take that. And a possible project, an engineering project, is you could make something
Space
for a
shuttle.
space shuttle, definitely. What more can we find? Nikolai.
T-A, yeah, that.
Oh, this T-A and this is a B. So what it says together is tab. So your eye was drawn to the tab, right there. What do you see that, oh.
I don't know what's a tab.
You don't know what a tab is? So it looks like it was a piece of paper and we cut it and you can put one side down, you can tape different sides. So your interest is in the tab. What more can we find? Yes, what more?
The hearts and I don't know.
So your eye was drawn to the cut on the fold. And what do you see that makes you say that it could be a cut on the fold or a heart?
Because there's a heart right there and I don't know what the other thing looks like. A butterfly?
So you're questioning what the inner part to this outer shape could possibly be, but you know that the orange one could possibly be a heart, all right?
I see the plate or plait.
The plate, yeah. So, and I'm wondering that too, if we call it a plate or a plat. I've heard it both ways, but you have two different ways that we could call it. So your eye was drawn to the plate or the plat. What more can we find? Lola. So I'm gonna stop you for just a second. You said that the triangle could be used for a what?
It could be used for a tent.
A tent,
And
okay.
the small, the one above it,
The rectangle or the
yeah,
triangle?
that one, and I thought that one could be like a space helmet for an astronaut if we just put a square bay.
Okay, so as an engineer, you're already thinking about possible uses for the triangular prism. Your eye was drawn to this one and how it resembles a tent and possibly how that could be used in space. But then your eye came over to the rectangular prism, and what did you say that the rectangular prism could be used for?
A helmet for an astronaut.
A helmet for, so you're already thinking about what we see here could be used to help us engineer something for an astronaut, right? What more can we find? Yes, could you use your voice?
When you're like a baby and when you can't talk, you can still hold things and you're trying to tell your mom that you love her, you can use that heart right there.
All right, so you're thinking of personal uses that you could use the cut-on fold, possibly somebody in your family as a way to communicate with them, like you love them even though you can't talk. So we're all, as engineers, that idea of using what we have here for possible extensions or other uses. What I'm gonna ask you to do is go ahead, when I say go eye to eye and knee to knee with somebody by you and tell them what more can you find. Go.
I could use the tablet you can use and then you
You can do a group of three too.
with the make. Listen to me. Maybe, oh, Daddy make awesome things like a rocket ship. Guess what I said? Helmet. You could have space companion, and then we could use 4 big circles and the giant rocket ship helmet. Well, what?
All right, boys and girls, go ahead and go to home base by the count of 3. And Bannon, let's see you in the ABCs as well. Go ahead and 2, and 1, and 0. So what more can we find with this? Lexi. Are you talking about these people? All right.
And you can flip the sides and then put the food in it that can go in there, but you'll need to make a bigger one so that some of the food can go in.
All right, so you're already looking at the engineering process, the design process of possibly building a prototype where this could possibly be used for the food.
And
So Bannon, could you please go to ABCs of Roosevelt? Just a second. Bannon, could you please come right here by Mason? Thank you. Please move. need you to move, please. Thank you.
Are we going to make some?
All right, so I'm so glad you asked that. I'm going to first say thank you for the conversation about this. I could see that this was already kind of springboarding. You are already coming up with ideas, and to me that shows that you have a good engineering eye and you're already thinking about it. You don't get to go out to build them yet, because one more thing, I want you to pick one that you want to try out. You are not limited to one. You can make more than one. I'll put piles of papers at your table. So if you try one, if it doesn't go as planned, that's okay. This is all about tinkering. So go ahead and turn and talk to